Hi, it's Andy Wolff here, and welcome to Andy Wolff Black Ops. What is Black Ops? It's a program run by me, independent of Alpine Canada, Alpine Ontario, Ski Quebec, Alpine, anybody to do with anything. Every time, every year when we're at the TD update and case studies come up, I go, oh, geez, not me again. And it's not so much that particular case study was about me, but I have been in a situation where that occurred. So a lot of our case studies that we have in officiating are ones that are just recycled time and time again because these are the most. So, over the years though, I've been somewhat disappointed when I travel, um, because folks that take their level three. Um, they write their exams. They know some of what's in here, but not everything. They're not experts at flipping through, um, but they don't have the opportunity to get out as much as I do, and and that means they don't get to see situations that they need to resolve, and then boom, a situation is going to come up, and they're going to have to resolve it, and they might. And I always tell them, don't be making up any new rules, but they sometimes they do that. So, what's Black Ops? Black Ops is going to be, we're going to deal with a case study or over a Zoom call. There'll be a panel of four, maybe five people at most. The rest of the folks will be watching and listening and submit questions. Now, the nice part about a Zoom call is that every single one of your friends that's in the forum doing the arguing has a cell phone. So if your friend says something really stupid and you think you should correct him, well, then you can just text him and then he can jump right in with your argument and probably dig himself out of a hole. So, the first case study that we're going to look at is a classic one and it has to do with obstruction. So, once something has to do with obstruction, you're going to cover off radio protocol, duties of the referee, duties of the jury. You're going to deal with protests, sanctions, all sorts of things just with this one case study that deals with obstruction. So that's the first one I've picked. The second one that we'll get to is it deals with second run and flip 30. Some of the issues around a referee's report, some of the issues around self disqualification, which is always a fun one to have. And then it'll deal with protests. Then jury deliberations and jury decision taking, and how we go about that. So those will be interesting. But over the course of the summer, I was involved in a series of meetings with the case studies because our TD candidates were meeting every couple of weeks with their nominators, and as a group, and going over different rules, preparation for their exams, which are coming right up, and they did a lot of case studies. So in advance of some of those meetings, I would meet with one of the candidates, and we would talk about how I would approach problems. Because we go back to those cases at the TD update, every time I look at them and say, hey, I know how to do that because I've had that problem, and this is how I solved it. Well, it was often apparent that there weren't that many people in the room who agreed the way that I might have solved the problem. And so I wanted to help this candidate out, not so much that he would pass his exams, although he's got it nailed. He's going to be good on this. But I really wanted to be able to show him that how important it is to know the rules and know how to read the rules and interpret them so that you can guide people through them with your Mack truck and come out successfully without breaking any of the rules. So we don't want to break any rules. We don't want to make any up. So that's pretty much the objective of what we've got with Black Ops. And so who have we got in the panel? You got somebody from a friend from Lake Louise who's never lost an argument. Well, maybe once with the RCMP, but I was on the RCMP anyway. He didn't really lose that one. Another fellow is very knowledgeable from the East. I'll be on the call, and I'm still looking for a couple other folks that enjoy a lively conversation and arguments and don't mind losing, because you got to remember you're on the call with me. So that's Black Ops. Just pay attention to this space. or to my weblog. Do a search for Andy Wolff Alpine. It pops right up at the top of the list, and we'll keep you posted on Black Ops. How's that? You ready to go? Okay, winter's almost here.